Hey everybody, it's Jay Kitchen from jaysbeard.com. I hope you're doing really well today. We're doing another remembrance of someone who has recently passed, a gentleman by the name of Keith LeBlanc. Now, many of you may not know who Keith LeBlanc is, but that is the guy who's doing the drumming in the corner here. You've heard him on hundreds of records, hundreds. So I'm going to read a lot of this obituary from an article by Jem Aswad that was written in Variety magazine. So Keith LeBlanc, a drummer, producer, recording artist best known for his work on pioneering early hip-hop records by Grandmaster Flash and others, died on April 4th, 2024 after a battle with an undisclosed illness. His wife, Fran, confirmed to Variety. Later in his career, he worked extensively as a producer, session musician, including on 9 Inch Nails' 1989 debut, Pretty Hate Machine, and member of the bands Tackhead and Little Axe. He was 69. While hip-hop is far more commonly associated with electronic drums, the genre's early records were mostly played by live musicians, with LeBlanc, bassist Doug Wimbish, and guitarist Skip McDonald being the house band for the groundbreaking label Sugarhill, which released Sugarhill Gang's Rapper's Delight and galvanizing early singles by Grandmaster Flash and Melle, as well as for Tommy Boy Records. The music required both precision and flair, and the trio were ace musicians who both held down the beat and gave songs like Sugarhill Gang's Apache and Eighth Wonder and Grandmaster Flash's Freedom and It's Nasty a vitality to support the rappers and their lyrics. Ironically, he scored an underground solo hit in 1983 with No Sellout, which is one of the first sample-based songs of note, and featured LeBlanc on synthesizers and a drum machine. Credited to Malcolm X and featuring the late minister and activist voice over LeBlanc's music, all proceeds from the song went to Malcolm X's family. The song received rapturous reviews and even reached number 60 on the UK singles chart, a remarkable feat for an independent release at the time. Raised in Connecticut, LeBlanc was inspired to play drums by the Beatles and played in multiple bands as a teenager. In the late 70s, his friend Harold Sargent was leaving his role in the house band at Sugarhill, brought in LeBlanc to audition for Wimbish and McDonald. And he did drums on this tune as well, Apache. He remained with Sugarhill until '82, playing on songs by Kool Moe Dee and the Treacherous Three, the Crash Crew, the Funky 4+1, and others, before moving over to Tommy Boy and session work. During this time, he also played on the debut album by the Force MDs and played a key role in the 1985 Sun City Anti-Apartheid Project, an album led by Little Steven Van Zandt. In the early 80s, LeBlanc met British producer Adrian Sherwood, who was best known for his work with dub music, but mixed or produced recordings by Depeche Mode and Ministry, and soon began collaborating with him, bringing in Wimbish and McDonald. Calling themselves Tackhead, the four worked under a dizzying array of names and with many collaborators, whether Tackhead, Gary Clayle, Dub Syndicate, Barmy Army, Mark Stewart, and the Mafia, or any of a number of releases on Sherwood's On You Sound label. The team worked on dozens of recordings through the 80s and early 90s. Tackhead actually signed with the U.S. major label SBK and released the Strange Things album featuring veteran session singer Bernard Fowler, but unsurprisingly did not remain with the company. The group dispersed in the early 90s but reunited for tours in 2004 and 2022. In later years, LeBlanc worked with McDonald's blues-influenced group Little Axe, and on solo material, he released 6 albums over the years with a career-spanning compilation, Stop the Confusion, Global Interference, arriving in 2005. Yet the final word is yet to come. Hip-hop historian Jay Kwan is working on a documentary about LeBlanc's life and career. May his memory be a blessing. Rest in peace, Keith LeBlanc. And that's him on drums here as well, in Childish Gambino's tune.